It's time for some Kool Tactics. White starts the game off with the Catalan opening. It is a favorite among players who enjoy positions that allow a lot of flexibility. Also, the Catalan is known for its rich strategic play. White's strategy in this opening consists of a fianchetto bishop on g2 and a pawn on c4 and a queen on c2. The idea is to attack black's pawn structure on the light squares and to try and break down black's wall of pawns. After the trade on e4, white plans to develop the bishop to the f4 square, attacking along that diagonal. Why? Because white attacks black's queen side. If black kicks the bishop from f4, then white will just switch the avenue of attack to another diagonal, particularly the c3 square, along the a1 to h8 diagonal. The knight will hop to e5, and this indicates white's plan to target black's c6 pawn. The move a2 to a4 is consistent with white's plan of attack, gaining space on the queen side. And now the c6 pawn is hit 3 times by the queen on a4, knight on e5, and bishop on g2. f6 is played here. Notice white's setup. Not only does white control 5 central squares, but will now use the bishop to pin the knight on d6. Now the bishop threatens to go to b6, where it will skewer the queen. Now the knight just moved from e5 to d3 and is now on b4, attacking the c6 pawn from a different square.
Kill shot.
And now the move d4 to d5 is the hallmark of white's strategy. The bishop on g2 is now a monster. The queen moves to c2 and now threatens to go to g6, delivering check to the king. Notice the weak light squares around the opponent's king. Pawn to c7 is the devastating blow. Both rooks are attacked. And now the rook on a8 falls. Bishop captures rook on a8. In this next game, white will demonstrate how to break through the opponent's barrier of protection around his king. In this game, the pawns on h6 and g6 are targets. As I stated before, it's about the annihilation of defense. Black should not recapture the bishop on h5. King g7 is the move in this position. After king to g6, the beautiful bishop f6 leads to checkmate. Check. And the next move is checkmate. Checkmate. In this miniature example, pay attention to Black's bishop on d6 and rook on c2. The move Black desires to play is bishop to h2 check, but this does not lead to mate. Now mate is threatened. White sacrifices the rook. This move is called interference. It blocks the communication of Black's pieces of the rook and bishop. Bishop f3, the only move. Rook captures rook, and the game is won for white. In this final miniature game, white will demonstrate how to look for square weaknesses, particularly the light squares around Black's king side. Here the idea is to stop bishop g4, so h3 is played. And now white takes advantage of the center. e5. Capture on e5. Knight recaptures with the idea of playing bishop c4 next. This move attacks f7. The move played in the game, bishop e6. Of course you want to trade. This opens up the h5 to e8 diagonal. And as a result of Black's previous move, the move now is queen g6 check, and this leads to checkmate. Queen to f7, checkmate. Okay, this is all I have for now. Please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for my next video.